Brilliance Audio.
On Good Authority by Briana Mcguckin. Performed by Lauren Irwin. Author's Note. This book deals with some heavy themes, including sexual assault, domestic abuse, grief, death, infertility, and child loss. My intention in shedding light on these topics is good, but intention and impact are often very different things. You deserve to know this information going in, so you can judge the impact it may have upon you and make healthy decisions about the media with which you engage. After 21st January, 1867. Dear friend, I wasn't sure whether to address you by first name or last, after everything that has happened. Even this solution seems wrong. Friend is too familiar, surely. A presumptuous claim to make on you, and yet it is woefully inadequate in describing your claim on me. My mind drifts often to Valor Rise, to the crime I committed there. But it's not my actions that I'm ashamed of, and I don't blame myself. Or I don't blame myself only. My so-called victim had power enough to take away nearly all my choices. It is not my fault the one choice left to me was fatal. No, what bothers me about my conduct is that it tore me from you, after you dirtied your own hands to help me. When I imagine you, utterly alone, the guilt is terrible, more terrible than any jealousy. So tell me you found someone else who cares for you. Tell me she's as good as I meant to be, that she's better. I promise only to be happy for you. And as I preach honesty, I suppose I should practice it, even though I am not guilty. I often find myself afraid. The tailoring shop is open, and there is no shortage of customers, all of whom seem pleased with my work. Yet I live as if every person were police, and my wrongdoings were written right across my face. I stick myself with pins as often as whatever cloth I'm aiming for. But don't pity me. I bear the anxiety well. I almost deserve it. You see, I have come to accept the truth I was running from. That first day I came to Valor Rise, the way some women long to be rescued, I have always longed to be captured. Marian. Before. 1. I set out to be a good servant, truly, the morning I left for Valor Rise. Shut into the coach that would lead me off, I peered out at Paris Street workhouse. It was strange. This dreary grey fortress had been the container of 8 years of my life, and yet its facade was unfamiliar to me. And now, to the optimistic rhythm of the horses' hooves on the cobbles, we passed easily out through the iron gates, my former prison erased line by line in London's morning fog. The street was busy for such an early hour. Fruitmongers pushed carts, crying out their wares. Harried girls and boys, smaller even than I had been when I first arrived at the workhouse, wove past my carriage. They looked so fragile, unprotected under a menacing leaden sky. They filed into a factory smoking thickly enough from its chimneys to have been on fire, and yet no one panicked. There was no disaster. This was but the usual state of things. Turning, I tried to see the workhouse. I could not make it out any more. I was free. Mother was not. I felt an ache in my chest, pressure on my shoulders where she'd gripped me, saying her goodbyes. But I was grateful still to be going. I sat straight-backed in the coach, and for the first 4 hours of the trip, I never even looked out the window. My life as a pauper was past. I rode steadily toward my future, and nothing in between concerned me. I kept my eyes on my lap, on my hands, which held sometimes too tightly to an envelope. The stock was thin and queasy white, the ink already smudged, but the name addressed in Mrs. Martin's severe hand could not be diminished for me. Mrs. Wythe Bornholdt, my new mistress, to whom I would be lady's maid. When the coach stopped to change horses, I folded Mrs. Martin's envelope and put it away in my drawstring coin purse, which was empty otherwise. I stepped out only to stretch my legs and find a lavatory, but the coachman pointed me beyond the posting house to an inn,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?